excited to start racing again. I've had 3 really solid months of build-up after having a really good break. So I'm excited. It's a first test. Of course, it's still early. It's only March, but that's why I like to race, because that gives me time for May to still, keep on the weakness. I did win 5 races last year of 7, so I don't think it was a bad year. I do believe I definitely gave my best, and also it was not my best year yet. So I think what was harder for me to not be able to perform as good as I wanted to. I started to have problems with my immune system from May, pretty much after St. George, and it was a hard phase for me. I tried everything to get back healthy, but then having, for example, in Samarine, having an allergic reaction, racing like this was definitely one of the harder things. But that's professional racing. You have to deal with what you got at that moment, and from that perspective, I think I had a pretty good season. But of course, I'm happy now that I could take a good break. It took me a long time that my body recovered. Even in my break, I still started to get dizzy when I was just walking stairs, and was getting out of breath and having really high heart rates. So I changed a few things in my nutrition, got a lot of rest, took some high quality supplements to help the immune system recover and be at my best. And I think I finally can say now that I feel that I'm ready to push again, and also that's why I'm really excited to be back in a good feel, and also feeling in my body again. It took me a long time to get back to that, and I'm excited. It's going to be a hard season. 2022 is a lot of big races coming, and that really makes me motivated, and I'm glad I had a good preparation now, so I can start building my form for the big ones. I don't know if I have to prove anything to myself anymore, to be honest. I definitely have the approach, of course, to always give my best. I always want to be as good as I can, and that's definitely my inner drive, that when I go to race, it's not really just about winning. I want to perform well, and I want to see what's possible, and that's what also excites me to race. And so from that perspective, to be honest, I do feel the last years made me a little bit more relaxed. I don't feel like I have to prove anything. I've had really good years, and for me it's more to be a little bit more relaxed and not to have to take it too serious. I've been putting a lot of pressure on myself over the last years, and so actually to go to a race and for me it's often to just look at it as a bit more relaxed and say, hey, we see it, what's happening now in the world. Sport is not really the most important, but still, of course, we do it because we want to do it as good as possible. And so I think having a perspective helps, and I do feel like I did find my perspective to see that there's other things in life which are important, and still having that drive and that inner fire to push the hardest you can and to maximize your performance. What's important to me is that I can show great performances this year. I'm super motivated, and it's the two world championships for me are definitely the biggest goals. I want to perform well there, and also in the Collins Cup, of course, I would definitely want to show a better performance than last year. Last year it was a little bit crazy that I even raced, and but I didn't want to let my team down. And so this year, of course, I would want to do better than I did last year. But that also, demands that I'm healthy, and so I focus on that and my performance, and then I'll be happy. The great thing about our sport is now that the sport of triathlon is big enough now that we have more than one great champion. there's so many great athletes in the sport, and that makes it interesting. I think it's every race is open, depending on which race and which tactics you choose. It's very hard to predict a ranking, and in the end, I think it's the face-to-face battles I'm interested. I want to beat the best in the most important day, and for example, that's why of course I was not happy how I could perform last year, and at the 70.3 Worlds, it was a World Championship, and I couldn't be as strong as I wanted to be, and so that's definitely for me the goal. And who is going to finish first in the end? We will see. I mean, only the year 220 will show. I mean, in the end, I see it as the face-to-face battles. I see at the big races is where it counts, and I think the ones who can deal with the pressure the best will and are able to be healthy and bring it together on the day X. That's kind of what you want to do, and I think, I mean, for me, if I can do that, that's for me the big goal. If you beat the best in the world in the biggest races, that then you will be in the end the #1 of the world in the ranking.